Good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of Power Nuggets. Today we are reading from Zechariah chapter 4, verse 7. The Bible says, "Who art thou, O great mountain, before Zerubbabel? You shall be a plain ground. He shall bring forth the headstone or the capstone, shouting, grace, grace, grace." This is a very important word that I want you to understand that will help you to finish strong. And this one is about the grace of God. Zechariah was faced with a ginormous task of building the temple, finishing a great task. And God is ministering, saying, even if it looks like a great mountain, that mountain shall be flattened, because Zechariah will be able to bring the capstone. And when he brings the capstone, he's going to shout, grace, grace, grace upon you. This word capstone is an architectural term denoting the top stone. Others say it's a foundation, but there's also this one that says it is the top stone, meaning that he's finishing the job. He's laying the top stone. And when he's laying the top stone, he's saying grace, grace. In other words, you cannot finish strong if the grace of God is not operational in your life. It is the grace of God that you need. For you to run your race, you need the grace. The grace, which is defined as unmerited favor, has to be in your life. You know, grace makes great. There is no way you can become great without the grace of God. Grace is the manufacturer of greatness. Grace breaks the spell of smallness in your life. Grace allows you to finish well. Solomon brings the factor of grace in his writing. He says in Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 11 that the race is not for the swift. He says the battle is not for the strong. He said food is not for the wise. And he says that wealth is not for the brilliant, but time and chance happens to them all. He ministers and he says very important thing, because in this world we are racing, but he says in the race it is not for the swift. In this world we are battling. And he speaks and he says, yet it requires strength for the battle, but guess what? That is not what makes everything. In this world you have something, or you need something to eat, and he speaks and he says it is not your wisdom that will enable you to get that. Solomon goes deeper and he says something, that you need wealth, but wealth does not only come to the brilliant. Time and chance happens. Who gives time? Who gives chance? It is God. It is the grace of God that will enable you to make it in this society. For you to finish strong, I want you to ask God to give you grace. Grace is important in your life. It is responsible for the repackaging. You might be in a place or a situation where things have gone bad and things have gone haywire and things are not working. 2021 has been too hard for you. Let me tell you, we have few days remaining, few weeks remaining. Grace is responsible for repackaging. God can repackage your life so that at the end of it, you finish strong. Grace makes you to have life at ease. Anytime you have grace, understand it deals with the difficulties of life. It makes difficult things possible. Paul came to a place where he did not know how things are going to be. So he cried to God and he told him, please take this thing away from me. But God told him, my grace is sufficient. In other words, you will make it to the end. I want you to understand that grace will make you operate beyond your size. Any limitation that the devil has set before you, the grace of God enables you to go over that hurdle. You shall operate beyond your size when you have the grace of God. The grace of God gives you speed. The grace of God endows you with the ability to make it. Maybe you're saying, people have gone ahead of me, people have gone before me. Let me tell you, your time of mark timing has come to an end. Your time of trailing others behind has come to an end. You need the grace of God to finish strong. 2021, I want to speak to you. Tell God, give me grace. Grace brings gain in your life. Grace will give you a voice in your life. So he said, who are you, O the mountain? Zerubbabel will come And when he comes, the mountain shall be flattened, it shall be plain. And guess what? he that they thought will not build will come with the capstone, with the end stone, with the last stone, saying grace, grace, grace. As we get to the end of the year, understand, grace is your ticket. Grace is what you need. You shall come with the grace of God, laying the capstone, saying, I have done to the end, and I have finished well because of the grace of God. Let me finish by telling you this. What do you need to do? Number one, understand, grace rests on men. Grace rests on men. When you find a man that has the grace of God, appreciate them, take care of them, respect them. Respect the place of grace. Don't talk anything anyhow. Don't say bad things about them. Seek the grace of God. Lastly, tell God to give you his grace, because you need the grace of God to overcome, and you need the grace of God to make it in this life. You shall finish strong because of the grace of God. God bless you. See you tomorrow.